All right, I'm here today with Joe Gervais, Associate Athletic Director for Sports Administration and Compliance. Joe's an alum of UVM, graduated just a few years ago, was a standout on our men's hockey team. And Joe, thanks for taking time to chat with us today.
My pleasure.
Can you talk a little bit about your roles and responsibilities in this position?
My current position, I am a sport administrator for 3 sports, men's and women's ice hockey and men's lacrosse. So part of that is also part of being our senior leadership team in the athletic department. A couple of my other responsibilities, I am our department's liaison to the admissions office and student financial services. So I work with all the teams in that context, working with them as their recruits and prospects and commits are coming through to understand the admissions process and actually sort of help them navigate through the admissions process, as well as writing all of the grant awards and working with student financial services to understand about all the athletic scholarships, but also what other forms of financial aid are there for students, what portion of those other kinds of awards count toward the team limits, and what don't, and making sure that our athletes and especially our teams aren't exceeding their NCAA limits, which would be an NCAA violation. So those 2 roles are new to me, so there's a bit of a learning curve for that, but I'm learning a lot in the last few weeks here. Some of the other responsibilities that are still with me from previous role are that our NCAA compliance director, Blake Simon, reports through me, so I'm actually still our athletic department's senior compliance person, so liaison to the NCAA in that sense. And also our strength conditioning, or what we call our athletic performance staff, those coaches report through me as well. And so in that capacity, I'm our liaison to the athletic medicine staff and the Center for Health and Wellbeing as well.
So Joe doesn't have a lot of free time these days.
It's been busy fall so far, but it's been fun.
Great. So what do you enjoy most about your position?
Probably the opportunity to work with a variety of people. Like no 2 days are ever the same. That part I enjoy. It's not a monotonous kind of job. So the variety is good. To me, as administrator in athletics, always the most gratifying part is seeing students when they come in right out of high school or just entering college and sort of feeling overwhelmed and wondering if they can manage things, or they're a little bit frazzled or stressed out at the beginning, and then to see them a year or 2, or especially 3 years later when they're ready to graduate as really accomplished people, have their act together, and are really to take on the challenges of the world beyond college.
That's great. And what advice would you give to aspiring associate athletic directors or folks just interested in getting into athletics in any field?
Get a foot in the door in some way. For me, when I graduated from college, my first job out of college was teaching and coaching at a prep school, at a private high school, and so that exposed me to a lot of different people in the industry. At that time, college coaches were recruiting our players, and so I learned more about collegiate coaching. After a few years of that, I got back into coaching at the college level, and so that was, I think, an invaluable experience as an athletic administrator. Having had some coaching experience was helpful because we work a lot with coaches and can understand the pressures they face and the demands that they have on their schedules, as well as the demands that our athletes are facing. So any way you can get a foot in the door and gain experience from multiple aspects of an athletic department. You may not end up in the area where you do. I never thought I'd be in the compliance world. It really wasn't my first or even my second choice, but here I am in it, and there are aspects of it certainly that I enjoy. But you never know what path is going to open up for you. So get experience any way you can, and keep an open mind toward what you might do in athletics.
Great. Thanks for your time, Joe.
My pleasure.